Greetings people, this is Eldad Amara, back with another video. Before I get into this video, I want you to like, comment, subscribe and share. Mainly, share my videos and please subscribe to my channel. Listen, if we go off grid tomorrow, could you survive? There's a lot of madness going on right now in the world, a whole heap of madness, yeah? We've just had one problem after another problem. We had the problem with this, yeah, with this. I'm not going to say what it is because my video will get taken down, right? We had a problem with this, yeah, and now we got another problem, yeah, that's going on. We got a war that's going on. Listen, because of this war, it's driving up prices for fuel and energy. It's also depleting money like the dollar and also the pound. Are you ready to go off grid if the energy was to be switched off tomorrow? If we had a power cut, yeah, fuel shortage, food shortage, are you ready for that? Are you actually ready for that? Because some people I know just taking all this as a joke, and there's enough people right now on Facebook, content creators, warning people about the possibility of living off of grid. Listen, if the system was to crash tomorrow, are you prepared? I'm sat here right now talking to you. Yeah, I got my lights on and I've got this camera on. If all of a sudden now the energy was to go off, what happens if the energy was to go off? Have I prepared myself for that eventuality? Yes, I have. I'm not going to tell you something and not do it for myself. If you were to go off grid tomorrow, if the system was to crash tomorrow and you had no energy, how would you survive? How would you live? One of the first things that you should be doing is stockpiling, right? Getting food. Now, you want to get food that's going to have quite a long shelf life. So, things like tin tomatoes, tin potatoes, corned beef, spam, tin fruits, things like that have quite a long shelf life. So I would be stockpiling and saving things like that. You don't have to go out and buy everything in bulk all at once, but every time you go shopping, get something and put it away, put it aside. That is what I would advise. Then you got things such as spaghetti will last for quite a long time. Bags of rice will last for a long time. Pulses, yeah, beans and nuts, they have quite a long shelf life. So you need to be stockpiling and collecting things like that. As I say, you don't need to go out and buy everything all at once, yeah. But every time you go shopping, just make sure you just buy one or two items and put them away. If you haven't got enough storage space in your house, what I would suggest is getting a plastic container. You can buy them. I've bought some and they're about this wide and about this deepness, yeah. So they're roughly about 2 foot long and about 1.5 feet deep, right? In English pound, I've paid £6 for them, but they do hold quite a lot of food, yeah. If you're leaving your stuff outside, you don't want things like rats and pigeons and insects being able to get to your supply. So you need to put the stuff in plastic boxes and cover them up. Okay, you can use also things like tarpaulin to cover over your stuff. But believe you me, I'm not telling you these things for nothing. There's a reason behind it, and I think there's going to be sooner or later. It might be 6 months, it could be a year, It could even be next week, before you know. We go off. We get our power cut off. What else should you be thinking about? You should be thinking about buying either a machete or an axe in order to be able to chop up wood. Because if there's no energy, in terms of no lights, no television, how are you going to keep warm? How are you going to cook food? I would go and buy a machete or an axe, right? So you can cut wood up. You need to be looking around places as well for where you can actually get wood. You can go into woodlands and probably chop up some trees or whatever, right? There may be other places that you can find wood. I know some places right now. I've been looking. If there's an emergency, I know where to go and get some wood. I already got some put away, but if I needed more, I know where to go and get some wood. You also need something to burn. You also need something to burn your wood in. Yeah? So, you need to find some kind of steel can or bin so you can burn your stuff in that. Another thing I would be thinking about getting is an indoor camping stove. Think about a stove for camping. Okay, you pick them up off of Amazon, like a 2-burner, for about $60 or 40 English pound. Okay, get yourself a camper's cooker, because that way at least if you've got no cooker to cook from, you can cook from a camping stove. You can buy these little bottles as well, so I'll make sure I got at least 3 or 4 small bottles of gas. What else would you need? If the lights were to go out right this minute, have you got candles? Because that's another thing you need to consider, getting some candles. I got a whole heap of candles. Believe you me, I got enough candles to last for 6 months. Easy. Get yourself some candles. And you need to keep some candles very close by, because last thing you want to be doing is stumbling around in the dark trying to find candles. Yeah, you should have some close enough to you so you can find them easily and light them. Last thing you want to be doing is stumbling around in the darkness trying to find things. Another thing you want is a torch. A torch. That is very important, because if you go outside and there's no street lighting or anything, you need to be able to look around. You need to be able to see things that's around you. If you've got your food stored outside, you need to be able to see into the boxes to see what you've got. Yeah? So it's important that you've got a torch. You can buy torches now that are solar powered. That means that you can leave them out in the sunlight and they will recharge themselves. Another thing you should be thinking about. Listen, write this down, man. Write all this down, what I'm telling you. Because unless some of you just sat there eating your, I don't know, eating your bacon butty or whatever, you should be writing some of this stuff down I'm telling you about right now. You should think about getting yourself a radio, because if you got no TV, if you've got no form of being able to pick up what is going on in the news, you need to have something like a radio. You can buy these radios now that wind up. Yeah, you can buy radios now that wind up. Yeah, they're used for emergencies. You can attach your mobile phone to some of these radios. Some of them you can attach your mobile phone and recharge your mobile phone. Some of them got lamps on them as well. Seriously. You need to prepare yourself from now. Don't wait until something happens to get ready. You need to prepare yourself from now. There's another guy on channel. His name is Major Gardner. Yeah, Major Gardner, and he's got some really good tips and advice as well. So check him out on YouTube. Listen, prepare yourself from now. Don't leave it to the last minute. You just imagine you're going shopping and everybody else goes shopping at the same time because suddenly there's a panic. So everyone's queuing up for things. Yeah? You don't have to go stand up in queues if you've already prepared yourself. Always make sure you keep your motor vehicle full of petrol or diesel. Don't let it run down, because you never know when that energy is no longer in supply. So keep your car tanked up to the full. Believe. Another thing that you should be thinking about is, what if I have to leave my home? What if I have to leave my home and go underground? Why might you have to go underground? Because say there's bombings, yeah? If you haven't got a coal bunker in your house, you're going to have to find somewhere to go and stay underground. Do you know any places underground where you can go, where you can take your family for shelter and for safety? Do you? If you don't know, you better start driving around and having a look at places that you can possibly go to, yeah, which is underground, where you'll be more protected from things like bombs. Okay? You need to do that, and you need to do that now. Get yourself a notebook and start taking notes of things. Yeah? Take notes of routes and roads that you could probably use if, for example, there was traffic jams. Do you know another route? Do you know some back streets or some different roads that you can take, yeah, to escape rather than going and driving directly into a traffic jam? You need to think about all of these types of things. You know what? Another thing you need to think about is having a compass. Yes, a compass. So that you know where you're going. Okay? If you're in the wilderness and you don't know where you're going, a compass will help you. You'll be able to find north, south, east or west by using your compass and direct it in a certain way. If you know where the sun's rising east, right, you can use your compass and map out where you're going. You can also use your watch, because a watch is like a compass. You've got 12 o'clock, which is in the north, yeah? You've got south, which is 6 o'clock. You've got 3 o'clock. And then you've got the W on this side, which is 9 o'clock. East, I believe, is on 3 o'clock. So you got never eat shredded wheat. Never eat shredded wheat. You got the N for north, east, 3 o'clock, south, 6 o'clock, west, 9 o'clock. Never eat shredded wheat. 12, 3, 6, 9. You can use your watch, as I'm saying, as a compass. If you're going outdoors, if you have to leave your home, you need to have clothing. You need to have some warm clothing. Yeah, you need to have things like fleece jackets and fleece bottoms. You can buy fleece over Amazon. You can buy fleece jumpers and fleece undergarments, yeah, tops and bottoms off of Amazon. You can buy fleece jackets. You need to prepare yourself for cold weather. If you're going underground, it's going to be cold, so you need to prepare yourself by having fleece, or at least having layers of clothing. You also need to have waterproof jackets and waterproof bottoms. And I would carry a pair of wellies as well, because you might be walking through streams and things like that. You might need to get some climbing boots, because you might be walking in really rough terrain. So think about walking boots also. See all these things I'm telling you about? You should be preparing yourself. Those who prepare, fate is organized. Fate is in their favor. Fate is in their favor. You need to prepare yourself. People, trust me. Get prepared now. Fate favors those whose minds are organized. That's a very famous saying. Listen, I've told you about the things that I think that you should seriously be collecting. But what if you had to stay in your home? Do you know how to protect your home? Do you know how to do martial arts? Because if you don't, I would suggest that you learn some basic martial arts. Now you can go online, and I'm sure there's people there online that would show you basic self-defense martial arts moves. Yeah? Such as a jab. Yeah? Such as a jab. A hook. How to throw someone. Basic martial arts defense moves. As I say again, you could go online and probably find classes you can do online. I'm going to try and get a couple of people that I know that are very much into their martial arts, and these guys are very high in terms of dans. Yeah. So I'll try and get some people to come online and show you some basic martial arts defense. If you've got a car, you could use your car also, because believe me, when the lights go out, you're going to see just how chaotic society can be. Everybody think that people are so rational, but when the lights go out, people act very irrational. You want to be able to protect your own. So as I'm saying, you need to learn some form of martial arts. Yeah? You need to be handy in certain weaponry. You also can protect your home by having a car and parking a car across your front door. Yeah, so it's on an angle. So here's your front door and here's your car. And you've parked on an angle to stop people from being able to get into your house. Because if people know that you got food and stuff, yeah, they're going to want to come into your house and take your food. Believe you me, trust, they want to take your food and they want to take other accessories from your home. So what you can do is slightly barricade your door by using your car and parking it across to prevent people from getting into your house, unless they're going to try and jump on top of the car and try and enter that way. So believe you me, you need to learn some basic life skills. Another thing as well, carry a whistle with you, or a horn, something that's quite loud that other people can hear. So if you're in trouble in your home, right, or if you're walking down the road, right, and you've been attacked, you got a whistle or you got a horn which other people can hear, and people might come to your rescue. Make sure you have a whistle. That's quite cheap. You can buy that off of Amazon again, or off of eBay. Make sure that you've got things like horns. Yeah, they carry a lot of sound and frequency, so use a horn. I'm going to tell you about some books now that I think that you should have prepared for emergency situations. If there's no food about, do you know that there's certain foods that you can eat from the wild naturally? Now I'm going to tell you about these. I'm doing this for you. Believe you me, I'm doing this for you. So please subscribe to my channel. And please share my videos. Right, so in terms of foraging and survival books, here are some of the following that I think that you should buy. Identifying and harvesting edible and medicinal plants and not for so wild places. This is Steve Brill. You can buy this from Amazon for $1.99. There's also The Forager's Harvest. That's the title. A guide to identifying, harvesting and preparing edible wild plants by Samuel Thayer. That's Thayer. 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 Samuel Thayer. Right, and you can buy that off Amazon for $12.72. Right, the next one. Another book you should be thinking of buying is The Scout's Guide to Wild Edibles. Learn how to forage, prepare and eat 40 wild foods. This is by Mike Kribel. Mike Kribel. I think it's Krebill. Mike Kribel. Krebill. And that's $8.99. Here's another book you should seriously consider, right? So if you get some kind of injury, or your child gets an injury, you know how to deal with that, okay? This book is called The Survival Medicine Handbook Essential Guide, and it's by someone by the name of Joseph Alton, MD. Joseph Alton, MD. Alton is spelled A-L-T-O-N. Alton, MD. This book is $33.65. Believe you me, it's worth it. There's another book called The Prepper's Survival Bible, and that's a really good book again. This is by Liam Long. It's by Liam Long, and this book costs $19.97. You should be writing down the names of these books, because believe you me, I'm not just doing this for nothing, right? I'm doing this, I'm trying to help you, right? To prepare. Listen, the lights might not go off tomorrow, it might not go off next week, it might not go off next month, it might not go off for another 6 months, it might not go off for another year or 2 years, but you still should be preparing yourself, right, for an emergency. Because believe you me, the price of food is going up. Your dollar is less, your pound is less, so you can't buy so much goods. So start stocking up from now. Start learning about survival skills. Start preparing yourself, yeah? Learn martial arts. Buy certain types of clothing and put it away. You want clothing for really cold weather, and you want clothing for really rainy seasons, really cold weather. Okay? You need to buy waterproofs. Anyway, the last book, the 3rd edition of the SAS Survival Handbook, the ultimate guide to surviving anywhere. That is a wicked book, man. You need to buy this. The 3rd edition SAS Survival Handbook, the ultimate guide to surviving anywhere, by John Lofty Wiseman. John Lofty Wiseman. Lofty is L-O-F-T-Y. Wise man. W-I-S-E-M-A-N. W-I-S-E-M-A-N. and you can buy this book off of Amazon for $14.49. People, I hope you found this video very interesting and helpful, and if you have, please leave a comment down below on YouTube, and please, I'm asking you, don't wait until last minute to start preparing yourself for the worst. Alright? Start doing these things that I've just discussed. Start doing them now. And for those of you who've already started to prepare, good on you. Good on you. Alright? Also check out another guy by the name of Major Gardner. He's really, really good. Gardner. That's G-A-R, if I'm right, G-A-R-N-E-R. So G-A-R-D-N-E-R. I think that's correct. Okay. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Eldad Amara. I forgot to say I will be doing a series of videos about survival skills and about things that you should eat and things that's edible that you can eat and things that you should avoid eating. And while I'm going to be doing some more stuff on self-defense, and I'm going to get some people that I know personally who will come online and they'll show you basic martial arts defenses, yeah, in case of attacks.
today, spirit sweetening.